Welcome back to the Indian PokeTube, and we were so bored of seeing the boring meta in the evolution curve that we decided to run some super spice, the Porygon2. You heard that right. So we're going to be running an ABB theme team with the Feint attack like Dusclops and two mons in the back which are weak to Vigoroth. And Feint attack Dusclops is one of the best counters to Vigoroth, and in the first match we're running Alolan Graveler. I'm going to switch it out to Sealeo from the second match onwards. So this is how the team works. If we face Vigoroth on the lead like this, that's great, but if we don't, we save switch to our Porygon at some point and we draw out the Vigoroth because Vigoroth absolutely loves to counter down our Porygon, and then Sealeo can hopefully sweep in the back. So in the first game we pick up a lead against the Vigor, and that's fine. We're going to build up to the return and bait with the Ice Punch because we have seen quite a few of our moves get shielded. Sadly he does not shield that, but that's fine with us. We're going to go for an Ice Punch on the Dragonair and come back in with our Porygon. So you might think that why didn't we really come in with this with the Alolan Graveler at this point, because firstly Alolan Graveler can't really farm down this thing, the dragon, and it's going to take a lot of damage. So I'm going to come in with my Porygon, throw a try attack here just before he reaches his move. So I was going for a very careful move counting, reducing my health so that the Vigoroth cannot get much farm, and we still reach a try attack. So this is the most optimal play that I could have done at this point. I almost take out the Vigor. That's amazing. I get the 50% attack and defense drops, which doesn't really matter all that much. I'm going to come in with my Dusclops, and he has his own Alolan Graveler in the back. I'm going to go for an Ice Punch, get some chip damage or get a shield. He has two shields, so he even gives us a shield here. This is going to be a crazy baiting game. So I sneak in a Volt Switch, that's amazing. I'm going to shield this, and I call it correctly. It is a Stone Edge, and I'm going to go for my bait. So I'm going to go for a bait here. There's going to be a Rock Blast bait. Does he shield it? Yes, he does. And now this game is over, because even if he baits at this point, we are way too ahead right now. We shielded his Stone Edge and he shielded my bait. So this is over. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. It's a hard hitting move. It's going to one shot the Alolan Graveler, because Stone and Electric, the two typings, do not resist Rock itself. Only ground, if it had a ground typing it would resist it, but that's fine. We pick up a win. That was a great game, and after a few more games I am going to decide to switch out my Alolan Graveler to the Sealeo, as you'll see, because there was not much point in running that. I got hard counted a lot, lost a lot of games with the Alolan Graveler. So we pick up a mirror lead against the Dusclops. So this is how we play it. We're going to count to 6 because that's how long it takes to get to a Shadow Punch. Then I'm going to save switch to my Porygon2. I'm not able to cast the move, but at least he throws his energy, which is also fine with us. And like every single time, like clockwork, in comes a Vigor. And did you notice? I counted up to 5 counters, went for the CMP tie. Did we get it? Yes, we did. So this means that the Vigoroth will not be able to farm us down. But he's a great player. He goes for the undercharge and gets in 3 extra counters worth of energy. Great play by the opponent. But that's really not going to help him too much, because we've drawn out the Vigor and the Sealeo looks great in the back. This is exactly how the team works. And guys, I went pretty well with this team. Surprisingly, I was not expecting to do well with such a glassy and spicy mon, but I went boom. We land the return, by the way. That did a lot of damage. In comes his own Dusclops, and I'm going to store an Ice Punch for later, just in case I need it. So I'm just going to store that, come back in with my Sealeo, because he knows that I don't have the Shadow Punch, right? I already revealed my 2 moves, and he's going to go for a few Shadow Punches. I'm going to overfarm significantly, and at this point he's going to be taken out with a Body Slam. So we're just going to go straight for the Body Slam, take out the thing, the Ghost Boy, and in comes the White Monkey, I believe. Or what does he bring in? Let's see, we still have a lot of energy. In comes the Vigor. That forces us to throw our energy, which is fine with us. We don't want to take any counter damage. And what does he have in the back? He has his wireless. And this is where I make a mistake. I really shouldn't have baited, because I have the Ice Punch loaded, right? I should have just gone for the Aurora Beam, but I go for an unnecessary bait, and now this match is looking pretty tight. Let's see if we can still win this game, or if there's going to be a loss. He lets the second one go as well. He knows we have a loaded Ice Punch. Can we farm him down? We get some lag, but we are able to farm him down. Dusclops with the clutch. Let's go. So that was a crazy win right there. And this is how the team exactly functions, because once the Vigor is gone, thanks to the Porygon2, Sealeo has really good matchups throughout the meta, but it just gets really badly beaten by the Vigor. In the third match, we pick up a lead against another Dusclops. So we're going to do the same thing, stay in for a bit and look to catch. So this is a Hex one. We count up to 3 hexes, and then we switch to cast the Shadow Punch, which does poop. Absolutely no damage. And in comes the Vigor, but we get lag, and I'm not really sure how many counters he got in. It's really difficult to count in the moment when you get lag. So we're just going to build up as much as possible, click the try attack, but it doesn't even register. So again, thanks to lag, I was not able to get off the move, and I get so annoyed that I just quit the game, because that try attack would have brought him down into farm down range. or it could have even got the 50% attack and defense drops, but that's fine, it happens. GBL is not a perfect game. Anyway, we pick up a lead against a Shadow Piloswine, and we're going to instantly save switch to our Porygon 2. We want to draw out the Vigor if it's a neutral matchup, and it's not. Looks like he's not running the Vigor. In comes the Charger Bug, and we get the attack and defense drop. That's super helpful because this means we can comfortably tank the moves without really worrying, and that does not do too much damage. And I'm going to overfarm as much as I can. Again, I'm keeping count 6 sparks to each move. Third one takes 5, so I'm going to take him out just as he reaches the move. I'm going to go for a try attack on 6 Powder Snows, hoping for a CMP, but he does not throw the move and he shields, and we get the drop. This means that we can reach another one. Porygon 2 on a rampage. Porygon 2 has taken out a Mon, taken 2 shields, and severely debuffed the small dinosaur, the elephant. And in comes the Dusclops, and I'm going to just go tank the moves here. And now that Porygon 2 has put in so much work, this match is looking great. I'm going to go for a couple of Aura Beams at this point. This is not a hard hitting move at all, but it's stab, and it's going to 2-hit KO it. And the opposing Dusclops overfarms for some reason, allowing us to get to the second Aurora Beam. He could have at least thrown his move. Not that it would have really helped, but because he would have to throw a move with his Piloswine anyway, so it really wouldn't have mattered in the long run. And now it's over. I could have gone for a 2 shield flex at this point, at least a 1 shield flex, but I'm just going to shield for no reason whatsoever, just to I don't know, no reason why I'm shielding. I don't know why the opponent is playing anyway, but it's fine. We're going to play it out. But this team was so good, guys. I was so surprised to see how well this team did, because Porygon 2 just draws out the Vigoroth, and then we have the best response, the Feint attack Dusclops. So we pick up another win, a very comfortable one, thanks to Porygon 2 with all those shields and taking out the Charger Bug just on a rampage, getting those attack and defense drops, that 50% beautiful chance. And we're going to get into the next match. There are quite a few battles here, and you're going to see how many times I'm going to draw out the Vigor. So in this match, we pick up a lead against our Dusclops. Same strategy, we're going to stay into a certain point, and then we're going to try to look to catch. So we try to catch, but he does not throw the Shadow Punch. Instead, he goes for some chip damage with the Ice Punch. So that's fine with us. Opponents usually get a bit confused, honestly. They're like, what do I do? What do I do against this little duck? So they just start throwing the moves, which is fine. I just want him to get out the Vigor. Do we get out the Vigor? Not yet, so I'm going to go for a big Zap Cannon here. This is going to do massive damage. Because of lag, we don't get the Excellent, and we do draw out the Vigor. So perfect, team is working like clockwork. So I'm going to come in with my nice old Dusclops, and since he's at a shield disadvantage, I'm really not expecting him to shield at this point. So I'm going to go straight for the big return. Let's see if the return lands. It's going to do massive damage, at least 70%, but lag again, and we're not able to get the Excellent. So we only do 60-65%. We should have done more there, but that's fine because he has to throw a move. He does not build up to a Bulldoze, so I'm not going to respect it. Body Slam is not enough. I'm going to overfarm as much as I can just before he reaches a Body Slam. The counter that went through was his 5th, so we are forced to throw the move to take him out. And now it's Sealeo with a shield advantage versus the world. He brings in his own little Dusclops. That's fine with us. We can tank those moves, and because Dusclops doesn't really hit all that hard. And now that the Vigoroth is gone, you're going to see how amazing Sealeo is. There are hardly any counters, if at all, for the Sealeo with a shield advantage. So we're going to keep overfarming as much as we can. Go for an Aura Beam. This is going to take him out if he lets it go. And if he shields this, he must be weak. So he doesn't shield this. He has his own dragon in the back. And now we're going to go for a bait. It's kind of risky, but since we are kind of low, I really felt I have to bait. I get the shield, and now we can comfortably reach the Aurora Beam. This is going to be a great game. In the end, the shield bait was super important, and we got it right. So GG to the opponent. Well played. And pick up another win with the spicy team, because I don't even know how this team is working so well. It really shouldn't have, and I was so bored of doing all the same mons over and over again that it really annoyed me. And I don't even have level 50 mons, I only have level 40 mons, and there's only the open Master League, so no point in playing that either. So I'm going to play some spice here. Pick up a lead against a Sealeo. I'm going to instantly switch to my Porygon to bait out the Vigor, but in comes a Feint attack Dusclops. So I'm assuming that he's not running the Vigor in this match, otherwise he would have brought it in. Boom! Do massive damage on the little ghost boy, and that also gets the attack drop. He goes for the Ice Punch. That doesn't really hurt. I'm going to overfarm a lot, and at this point even a Tri Attack should KO him with some lock on farm down after that. Let's see. Yeah, so and we get the attack defense drop again. We would anyway tank this Ice Punch after the Zap Cannon debuff, but it makes it even easier. This point we can just farm him all the way down, and we have a loaded move for whatever chooses to come in, and he does have the Vigor. So he brings in the Vigor anyway, and we're going to get off a nice big Tri Attack, get the defense drop as well, and now we have the perfect alignment just as we wanted. So he brings in the Sealeo, we're going to bring in our own Sealeo. We can keep our Sealeo away from the Vigor, and this is going to be a long matchup. The opponent should realize that it's over, but the opponent is going to try to play it out, but there's really nothing he can do. If only he can catch a move or snipe me with his Vigor, maybe that's a win con, but still we have the perfect alignment, and we have the shield, and we have even shields and energy. So it's going to be a good game, spoiler alert, but you can see how the game plays out. It's going to be a long one. So I'm really happy that the Evolution Cup is gone. Like, many people were really hating it and beginning to hate it, which is why honestly it's the same meta, the same mons. It's like a rock paper scissors kind of thing, you know, with Sealeo and Vigoroth and the ghost types and full of dragons. Is the same very small limited meta, which made it boring. That is why I was trying to spice things up with a Porygon2 and see if I can get some wins, because that's the only way to have fun in this meta, right? So I'm going to bring in my Dusclops. I'm going to let it go. Honestly, I should have shielded here, but it doesn't really matter, because at this point I can just go for a big return on the Vigor as he comes in. This is going to take him out. I still have 2 shields. There's really nothing the opponent can do. He was just playing around for a couple of minutes just to get the lust, but that's fine. That's his decision. And we're going to get into the last battle of this video here, and you'll see how good Porygon2 is, especially with those 50% chance for a debuff. Even though we are super glassy, it's a very highly ranked Porygon, by the way. It's around rank 108 with 0 attack, but it still just can't take moves. The last opponent is also running Spice with a Gothi something, and he comes in with his own Dusclops. I try to catch the move, the opponent holds on to his energy, but that's fine because Ice Punches don't really hit that hard, and Hexes are not really doing anything either. We can comfortably tank the moves. Getting a lot of lag today, a lot of lag playing on Wi-Fi. We're going to tank the Ice Punch, go for a nice big Zap Cannon. Does he want to respect the damage? Let's see if he does. He does not, and that does massive damage. And he can go for as many Ice Punches as he wants. There's nothing he can do. I'm going to flip him either way. And I'm going to overfarm just to the point where he's about to reach a move, so that I can reduce my health, get extra farm, hopefully reach a move against whatever chooses to come in. Let's see what he brings in. It is his own like a small goth girl, and I'm going to go for the Tri Attack, do some nice decent damage, get the defense drop, attack drop as well. In comes a Vigor. This is exactly where we want to see the Vigor on the Dusclops, so that's amazing. And I'm going to go for a nice punch bait at this point. I was expecting him to shield in some way because I have the purified guy, but he does not, so that's fine with us because we can go for Ice Punches, and this is a really dominating matchup with Feint attack. And I think I'm going to shield here because it's very obvious he will not bait the first time, so I get the shield right. I mean, it's not really that important to shield, but I just wanted to because this is a guaranteed bulldoze, more or less. And go for another Ice Punch here. I'm going to get the Vigor super low, and then I'm going to bring in my Sealeo, because Sealeo has not much play against the Vigor, and not even against the like goth chick. So I'm just going to bring it in here, go for a move against the like goth thing, and then my goth girl has to go for a move if she wants to take out my cute fat seal. So otherwise I'm going to farm her down. So she's going to go for a move, that's fine. We can come in with our big Dusclops, farm him down, and reach a move against the Vigor. So this match is over. There's nothing the opponent can do. I hope you guys had fun watching this video, and I was able to bring you something interesting other than the same old meta. So good game. See you guys in the next rotation.